Hello and welcome. In this video, we will learn about variables in JavaScript. Alright? Now, to teach you the concept of variables, I'll take the example of booking ticket of a bus. Okay? Now you can also imagine an example of booking a ticket for a movie. Alright? So you have done it, correct? You have booked tickets for a movie. You can use that as an analogy too. Alright? Now, let me proceed. Let me tell you how a ticket on a bus is booked. Okay? Now, let me say my name is Ravi. Okay? My name is Ravi and I want to travel from Mumbai to Bengaluru. I want to travel from Mumbai to Bengaluru. So what do I do to book? I can go to a website or I can go to a travel agent and say that I want to book a ticket to Bengaluru. Okay. Now, the agent or the operator shows me a layout like this. Correct? The agent shows me a layout like this and asks me to select a seat. So here there is a vacant seat. So I select this. Okay. So I select this seat. Now this seat has a number. This seat has a number. If you consider the example of booking movie tickets, the seats have numbers, correct? A 1, 2, 3, 4 or B1, B2, B3, B4, C1, C2 in that order. The seats have numbers attached to them. So I select seat number 5. Okay. And then the agent books a ticket for me or in my name. So seat number 5 is for Ravi, which is me. Correct? Now, let me go to this. So when I say 5 Ravi, okay, when I say seat number 5 is booked for Ravi, let us assume that is me, the conversation goes like this. Okay, I am saying, hello agent, please give me some space on the bus for me. And the agent says, okay, I have given space for you on the bus and named the location as 5. Alright, so basically what is 5? 5 is the name of this location. And what is in this location? A seat where I can sit. Correct? So I go to the agent and say, please give me some space on the bus for me. I want to travel to Bengaluru. And agent says, okay, I have given some space for you on the bus and named the location as 5. So 5 is nothing but a name for the location on the bus where I can sit and travel to Bengaluru. Correct? Now, let us relate this to variable. So let me go here and let me say A is equal to 4. Alright? A is equal to 4. Now here basically what I am saying to the computer is, hello computer, please give me some space on the RAM for me. So the computer says, okay, I have given space for you on the RAM and named the location as A. Okay, so why A? Because we gave A. Alright, so if we had given B, here, then the computer would have named the location as B. Okay, so what we are saying basically here is, by saying A equal to 4, we are just asking the computer for some space on the RAM. What is RAM? RAM is random access memory. We are asking some space on the RAM and the computer gives it. Computer gives some space on the RAM and names the location according to what you mentioned. So here in this example I have mentioned A. So when I say A is equal to 4, A is nothing but a location on the RAM, and in that location I am storing a value 4. So here 5 is the name of the location, seat on the bus, and there Ravi will be sitting. Ravi will be sitting. Alright. So this is the concept of variables. Variable is nothing but a name or a space on the RAM. Okay. Name or a space on the RAM. So it is much more than that. But for now, do not worry about it. Alright. So just assume that we are asking for some space on the RAM to store something there. That's all. Okay. So here I am saying A is equal to 4. So some space will be allocated for us in the RAM and 4 will be stored there. Next, what I want to do is I want to print this out. So I'll say console.log and I'll say A. And when I run it, you can see 4 gets printed. I'm saying console.log A. I want to print A, but A doesn't get printed out. But the value that is stored in A, which is 4, gets printed out. Okay. So next, I'll say B is equal to 5. So basically what I'm saying is, hello computer, please give me some space on the RAM and name it as B. So the computer says, okay, I've given some space for you on the RAM and named it as B. And what do I want to save there? I want to save value 5. So 5 is stored in B. So here I'll change it to B and I'll run it to get 5. So 5 is stored in B. So whatever value is stored in B gets printed out. Okay, gets printed out. Now here I will say A plus B. Okay, I will say console.log A plus B, and now when I run it, I get a result of 9 or output of 9. So basically what it is doing is, it is evaluating this A plus B. So what is stored in A? 4. What is stored in B? 5. So 4 plus 5, 9. And that is what I am getting as output. Okay. So A plus B is 9. Alright. Next, instead of saying A plus B, let me say A plus B in quotes. Okay. A plus B in quotes. So when I run this, I get A plus B as output and not 9. That is because this, as you know, will be printed out exactly. I told you in the last video that whatever you want to get as output must be wrapped in quotes. So you have used quotes and you have said A plus B. So exactly what you see here will be printed out and not the expression. Okay, and not the solution of the expression. So if you want the solution, it should not be in quotes. Alright, it should not be in quotes. 9. Alright. Next, let me say C equal to A plus B. Alright, C equal to A plus B. And here I will say print C. Okay, print C or console.log C. Now I'll run it and I'll get 9 as output. Okay, or let me change it. Let me change it to 8. So when I run it, I get 13. So what is happening here? 8 is stored in A, 5 is stored in B, and then I'm asking computer, hey computer, please give me some space on the RAM and name the location as C. And in that location, I want to store the result of this expression, A plus B. So what is A? 8. What is B? 5. So 8 plus 5 is 13, and 13 will be stored in C. And in the next line, we are logging that in the console, or we are printing it out. Okay, console.log C. So the value that is stored in C is printed out like this. Alright, so you can increase this Z equal to 4 and you can print it, and you will still get 13 because you are not added Z here. Let me add Z. Okay, and then run it to get 17. Okay. Next, let me remove all this. I'll say first name equal to Ravi. Alright, first name equal to Ravi. So here what I'm saying is, hello computer, please give me some space on the RAM and name that location as first name. Okay, first name. And in that location, I want to store value Ravi. I want to store this value Ravi. Alright. Now, when I run this, I get an error. Okay, I get an error. This is because Ravi belongs to a data type called as string. Okay. Now, what is this data type? Let me go here and come here. So, data are classified into various types. Okay, types of data is data type. That's all. All right. Now we have integer, float, and string as main data types. There are various other data types too, which we will learn as we progress through the course. Okay, but for now, these three are enough. So integer data has these numbers, whole numbers 1, 4, 6, 246 and negative numbers too. Alright. So all these numbers are integers. Float numbers or float data types has decimal value 4.6, 9.3, 33.25, minus 38.43, so on. If the number has decimal, then it is float. If it is whole number, then it is integer or it belongs to integer data type. Next is string. String data types have characters in them or letters in them. Alright, for example, Ravi, Akshay, Tommy, horse, mobile, computer, V5 and so on. So all these are strings or all these belong to string data type. Okay, and if you want to store string value in a variable, then you need to wrap it in quotes. Okay, you need to wrap it in quotes. So now when I run it, I'm not going to get anything here because I have not said console.log and first name. Alright, first name. So now when I run it, I get an error, sorry, output Ravi. Alright, so here you can see I'm going to cut this and remove this. When I run it, I get an error. Even without having console.log, I'm getting an error. That is because JavaScript knows that I am making a mistake here. So without using console.log line, I'm getting an error. But now when I use this, I get the same error because this string value is not inside quotes. Okay. So here I'm printing out the value that is stored in first name and that is Ravi. Alright. So here I'll say mobile and run. So mobile gets printed out. Okay. So if you want to store a string value, then you have to wrap it in quotes, either single quotes or double quotes. It can be any. Alright. Now this is called as variable. Alright. This is called as variable. And in this variable we are storing this value. So when I say a is equal to 4, a is variable, 4 is value. Okay. So on the left side we have variable, on the right side we have value. Okay. Now let me delete this. Let me say a is equal to 3. Okay. B is equal to 4. Okay. B is equal to 4. Next, I want to log a plus b. Alright. So I want to get the sum of this. So let me run it. I get 7. I get 7. Okay. Now let me wrap this in quotes. Okay. So let A be 3 but inside quotes and 4 be normal. Now when I run this, I get 34. Okay. I get 34. Now this is because this is treated as string. Alright. So I told you, if you want to store string value, then you have to use quotes. Now we have used quotes and the string value 3 is stored in A and not the integer. Okay. So we can add only integers. So if you expect 7 as output, then this should not be in quotes. Now as this is in quotes, it is treated as string and added to 4. So 3 is typed first and next to 3 is 4. So this is called as string concatenation, but we will talk about this in a later lesson. Alright. So if you want to have 7 as output, then you need to have both in open. Alright. Next, let me delete this. Let me say A is equal to 3.5. Alright, float value. B is equal to 4, integer value. Okay. And C is equal to 99. Once more, integer value. Okay. Now let me say console.log and A. When I run it, I get 3.5 as output. Now if you want to print B2, okay, if you want to get B along with A as output, then you need to separate them with a comma. So I'll say A comma B. Okay. And now when I run it, I get 3.5 and 4. So 3.5 is the value of A and 4 is the value of B. So both are printed out. Alright, both are printed out. Now this comma doesn't get printed out. This comma is to separate A and B. That's all. So this comma doesn't come in the output. Alright. Next, if I say comma C, and run, then I can get 3 values here. Alright. So if you want to print them, you just have to separate them using comma. Alright. Next, let me say first name is equal to Ravi. Alright. First name is equal to Ravi. Age equal to 35. Alright. Next, I'll say console.log and I'll say my name is. Alright. My name is. So I'm storing Ravi in first name variable and I'm storing 35 in age. Now here I want to log my name is, or I want to print, if you want to remember it as my name is. So let me run it. So you get my name is as output. So whatever is in the quotes, inside the quotes, is printed out. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll add a comma here. Okay. I'll add a comma here and give a space and then say first name. First name. Alright. So see, whatever is in this will be printed out and along with it I will print out the value that is stored in Ravi. So when I run it, I get my name is Ravi as output. So what did I do? Basically I typed this inside quotes. So I know that this exact thing will be printed out. And after that I separated the variable with a comma and mentioned the name of the variable that I want to print out, which is first name. Okay. So Ravi is stored in first name and so it is printed out. Alright. Next, age is and let me say age and let me run it. So age is 35. So this is printed out as is, and the value of age is printed out. Okay? Yes. So this is it for this video. There are much more things to learn about variables, which will be in the next video. Alright? So go ahead and practice the things that we have learnt in this video, and then proceed to the next video where we will learn more about the variables. Alright? So I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and thank you for watching.